Hello everyone. Today we will do chapter 15 Introduction to Graphs. Now today we will learn about new terms of the chapter. The first one is a bar graph, a pictorial representation of numerical data in the form of bars, rectangle of uniform width with equal spacing. The length or height of the each bar represents the given number. For example, a bar graph shows the taste of different flavors of ice cream among the children of a society. Flavors we can put on x-axis and number of children, that is the frequency, we can take on y-axis. So bar graph shows the pictorial representation of numerical data in form of number of children, and the height of the bar graph will represent the number of children. Let us see one other example of it. In this, milk production tons per year will shows on the x-axis, and it will show, you can see the spacing between them must be equal, and we have to take the equal spacing. The next one is a pie chart, a circle graph that you have studied in the chapter 5, but in this chapter again we are revising it. A pie chart is used to compare parts of a whole. The circle represents the whole. The circle represents various observations or components are represented by the sectors of the circle. Central angle. For a pie chart, we need a central angle because a circle we can measure in a degree. So that's why we need to find out the central angle of a component. That how we will find out value of the components upon total value into 360 degree. So you can see this is the pie chart of different countries according to their products. North America will shown in green color, Australia will show in dark blue, Europe in navy blue, Asia will show in the red color. So that's why through a pie chart, when we join it, it will form a circle, and circle whole angle is 360 degree. A histogram. Histogram is a type of bar graph where the class intervals are shown on horizontal axis and the height of the bar rectangle shows the frequency of the class interval. The most important thing about the histogram is there is no gap between the class intervals. You can see in this example, you can see 400, 500 and 600, 700 are given, but there is no gap between the bars. And in a bar graph you have seen in the slide, there is a equal gapping between the bars. That is the most important difference between, you can see this is a bar graph, there is a equal spacing between the bars. But in a histogram, how can you difference between a histogram and a bar graph? There is a no gap between the bars. Some applications of a histogram, why we are using: amount of electric bill depends on the quantity of electricity used. The quality of electricity is an independent variable and the amount of electric bill is a dependent variable. And suppose the marks of the student will show on the x-axis and the number of students, that is the frequency, that is shown on the y-axis. Basically, histogram depicts the marks of students of any class obtained in a test, any subject test. The relation between a dependent variable and an independent variable can be shown through a graph. The next is a line graph. A line graph consists of line segments joined consecutively. It displays the data that changes continuously over periods of time. Now you can see in this line graph, there are tests, different types of tests, and how much time it will take. So you can see it represents the data in a graph. So that's why it is called a line graph, because line graph consists of line segment joined consecutively, and it displays the data that changes continuously over periods of time. Next is linear graph, a line graph in which all the line segments form a part of a single line. Linear graph is form a line segment in a single line that you can see here. That is the linear graph. The next is location of a point. The horizontal line is called x-axis and the vertical line is called y-axis. Next is coordinates. X coordinate of a point is its distance from y-axis. Y coordinate of a point is distance from x-axis, the coordinate of the origin where both axes meet, x and y axis meet. That point is called origin, and the coordinates of the origin are 0 and 0. X coordinate of every point on y-axis is 0 and y coordinate of every point on x-axis is 0. A point in terrestrial plane is represented by an ordered pair of numbers. Ordered pair, a pair of numbers written in specific order. Thank you. I hope you all understand this concept, new terms of the chapter